Orkney cannabis campaigner attempts to take her own life.
The move comes after charges against her were dropped.
Angry supporters say case should never have been brought to court.
North Tonight with Chris Harvey and Sarah Mack.
Good evening. The top story tonight. The Orkney woman at the centre of the controversial cannabis court case is in hospital this evening after an apparent suicide attempt.
Multiple sclerosis sufferer Biz Ivol was taken to hospital just hours before the Crown dropped all charges against her on health grounds. Well, we can now cross live to Orkney and join our reporter Craig Miller. Craig, a dramatic day.
Yes, indeed, Sarah. I'm standing in front of the leisure centre where the court case against Biz Ivol was due to resume today. But what was meant to happen here was overshadowed by dramatic events elsewhere. Sufferer Biz Ivol has been campaigning for the legalisation of cannabis for years. She said MS was like barbed wire being pulled through her spine. Cannabis relieved the pain. She made chocolates laced with the drug to help fellow sufferers. But that landed her in trouble. She was charged with possessing, producing and supplying it. 2 weeks ago she appeared in court and pled not guilty. But she also said publicly she intended to commit suicide. And yesterday she told me why.
Because I've got no quality of life anymore. This disease really has overtaken me. And when I wake up in the morning, I swear that I've woken up. I've got no quality of life anymore. I can't knit or sew anymore, which I used to do when I was having a break from gardening, because my fingers are now dead and my eyesight's going. So I need to. It's probably boredom. I need to find a new hobby where I don't have to use my hands or my eyes.
Are you determined to go through with it?
Yes. Very determined. That'll be my final protest.
The court case held at Kirkwall's Picaquay Leisure Centre to allow Biz Ivol wheelchair access was due to resume today. At her cottage 19 miles away in South Ronaldsay, members of the Legalised Cannabis Alliance had pitched a tent overnight in her garden after travelling from England to support her. But around 8:15, a neighbour checking on Biz found her unconscious and called the emergency services.
Biz was unconscious when she left, and neighbours seemed to suspect that Biz had taken an overdose of paracetamol.
But at the court, the case against Biz Ivol was deserted by the Crown. A new report from her GP said her illness now made her unfit for court appearances, but that did not satisfy her supporters.
In one respect, it's great that they've decided now that, you know, she shouldn't be charged, but in another respect, it's absolutely outrageous that they put her through 2 years of being on the edge and feeling like a criminal when really she isn't. She never was. She's just someone that's very poorly that needs some medical sort of help, and cannabis is the way for her. And, you know, I don't understand how anyone can call her a criminal for that.
At the Balfour Hospital in Kirkwall, according to sources, Biz Ivol was said to be lapsing in and out of consciousness and was reported to be stable. One of her visitors was fellow MS sufferer Bill Reeve, the man for whom her cannabis chocolates were originally made. Well, joining me now is Mark Gibson of the Legalised Cannabis Alliance. Mark, you've come up from England to support Biz Ivol in her court case today. What's your reaction to what's actually happened?
I'm absolutely disgusted with the judiciary that this case was ever brought to the court in the first place. Nobody with MS should be brought to court for taking a medicine.
What do you think about the delay between her house being raided 2 years ago and the court case taking place in 2003?
2 year wait for a court case is absolutely disgusting. It's tantamount to torture to make somebody who's ill and suffering wait that long to have their case heard.
Your wife is an MS sufferer. 4 years ago she was prosecuted for taking cannabis. What's the link between her case and Biz Ivol's?
My wife went to court to say that she wasn't guilty of taking cannabis as a medicine, so others like Biz could take cannabis as a medicine without fear of persecution. My wife was found not guilty. She has the same disease as Biz Ivol. She's not guilty.
So what do you think the authorities should do in terms of regarding this issue?
There should be immediate amnesty for medicinal users who are using cannabis.
Mark Gibson, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Well, at the end of the court case today, the sheriff said that it was an unsatisfactory end to the case, and he said that was probably because Biz Ivol wouldn't have the chance to advance her defence of medical necessity in terms of the use of cannabis. But whatever else happens today, the whole issue has a higher profile. Back to you in the studio, Sarah.
Craig Miller in Orkney, thank you very much.